had to do the damn. Okay, hold on. Start. Oh, okay, all right, got you. Hold up.
There you go.
Word. There I am. Damn.
There you are.
What's happening, Calvin?
What's happening, man? It's
Yeah.
it's the consequence up in this thing, man.
Concept.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get this thing cracking.
Word, that'll work.
All right. Best Conversations Podcast, episode 52. Thanks for everybody watching that's been already tuned in on the YouTube channel. We doing this thing via Zoom. We're trying some new shit. That boy got that smoke.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir, man. My next guest on Best Conversations Podcast, I met this brother a couple years, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, introduced by the homie Big V. He did his thing on V's. I don't even know what was you down. What you remember what show that was?
It was the it was a double release party. It was two release parties. One was the Big V joint, and then they did another one where the dude Millie did a joint. We came down for his video shoot, but the first time was when I came down there with Grinch and them for I think it was Big V release joint.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But everybody, let's welcome to the program. It's the concept. Excuse me. It's the concept.
Yes.
Oh, man, how you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm fantastic, brother. How about yourself, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I've been definitely a fan of everything you've been having going on ever since I seen you, your whole movement, your whole grind, and I think an artist of your caliber, is definitely going to make for a great episode tonight. And everybody, your story is amazing. But for the people that don't know, give people a brief introduction of who Koncept is.
All right, man. So hailing from the 757. Y'all want to follow a brother? It's ITSTHAKONCEPT. Preserver of the culture that we call hip hop. MC extraordinaire. We songwrite, we producing, we mixing, and we yeah. That's we get down with the get down. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Speak. Let's go all the way to let's best conversations. We go all the way back to bring it all the way to what you got going on now. First off, how'd you fall in love with hip hop? First question.
Oh shit, man! You talking about 1988, 89. Just not like growing up, I wasn't allowed to necessarily listen to hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Unless it was like on the radio or something that wasn't considered like your quote unquote gangster rap, like you had NWA, you had UGK, Public Enemy was pretty big, and all of that. But some of that stuff was still slipping through the cracks. And then my first falling in love with it was two cats actually. It was Redman, and he had just dropped There's a Dark Side, which was his second project, and then you had 8 Ball and MJG, they coming out hard joint, and from there, man, I was hooked, dude. That was it.
Dope album.
Very, very dope albums.
You know what I'm saying?
Coming from VA, do you remember Teddy Riley having the whole setup and everything down there?
Oh yeah. It's funny, man, because it's like like then I didn't really know too much about what was going on. I remember the Rump Shaker video vividly. And the funny part about it was is that at the time that that video came out, my mom at the time was working at one of the hotels down there, and pretty much seen that whole video like being made,
Wow.
literally, literally. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty dope. Like, you know, that's something I ain't never really like shared with anybody, but I remember my mom specifically, she was like, you know, she was telling me that because that they didn't have like a little room for like children and shit. So every time she would do her housekeeping, she would bring me in the room and I'd have to sit in the corner and while she cleaned up or whatever, whatever. And she was like, you know, one time specifically they were down there, they had a whole bunch of cameras and it looked like they were having a party or what have you. And come to find out what they were doing was shooting that video.
Wow.
Hmm.
The rum shaker video, early Pharrell on the horns and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Pharrell.
Yeah, no, they wrote that whole song, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He was like, he put Pharrell on.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
as a younger man, when was the first time you picked up the pen?
First time for me, man. Actually, what got me started writing was my favorite group, which was Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. Um, we used to my cousin and I we used to when I first got introduced to them, we went and bought their albums and we would go back home and you know, have our pen and our pads out and be starting and stopping the tape so we can write down what they were saying. You know what I mean? And from that just kind of, you know, it evolved into, you know, writing our own stuff because like for me, like writing double time is way easier than writing, you know what I'm saying, more contemporary pocket flows, you know what I'm saying? So after a while, you know, the more I ventured out into listening to different flows and hearing different cadences and templates and stuff like that, um, from there, you know what I'm saying, after, you know, writing with they stuff, you know, it was easier to just, you know, pick up other people's stuff and then I can add it to my shit and, you know what I'm saying, that the rest is history.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so now I think I seen somewhere in your journey in your bio you had to sit down for some time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I mean, I ain't trying to get you in any trouble or anything, but what any can you talk about that situation any?
Yeah, man. You know, I basically was running, you know, with the wrong crowd. And you know, kind of really, if anything, it was more or less my fault because out of, you know, everybody that was involved in that slight in that incident, you know what I'm saying, I was the oldest and I could have, you know, prevented the whole thing. But it turned out we ended up getting a robbery charge. Ended up having to sit down for about five and some change. And you know, it was in there that pretty much sparked the whole change into the concept thing. Like I was going by a whole different name and some more stuff at that time. And you know, when I was in there, what sparked the change that, you know, y'all are experiencing now is um I had a young guy that I grew up with, and he was like, you know, when, you know, growing up, he used to, you know, idolize me and look up to me and wanted to be like me. But, you know, he told me this while we behind these walls, and it was just like, fuck, man, you know, uh, you just never know, you know, the power of your influence, and who it is that, you know, is watching you and all of that. So I just vowed never to, you know, never to be that influence. So, you know, like when you met me, you know what I'm saying, you getting songs like Dream Big or the joint I did with Grinch called Motivation, where you talking about those types of times and you know, overcoming those types of situations. So really that's really, you know, one of the pillars to the whole journey. You know what I mean? Like just knowing that regardless of what circumstances you come from, you can still be very influential, very powerful, very successful, without having to make those types of decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Before the robbery, did you? I mean, did trouble follow you before that, or I mean, was you a good kid, or was you little mischievous? What was you getting into before that?
I mean, I was still rhyming, man. You know, I was just a, typical kid like everybody else. I had my, I got into my trouble or whatnot. Like I was in the streets, but I wasn't really in the streets like that. You know what I'm saying? Like not on no heavy, hardcore shit. But it was around, so you're gonna dibble and dabble here and there. But other than that, man, we were just growing up, having fun, doing what we do as adolescents. You know what I'm saying? And but the pen, the hip hop, man, it was always there, like. And instead of me just using it as a hobby or what have you, I just continued to stay with it. So, when I come back to the cipher, I wanted to have the dopest verse whenever we started, drinking, smoking, and getting it in, and just stuck with it. But yeah, before that, I mean, really, that was pretty much it. I hadn't really taken it that serious, that serious. But once we got out of high school, had to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my life, and I was like, yeah, that this gonna be it. So yeah, it's always been a part of the repertoire, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, and this is my last question about you being incarcerated, anything like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Your first day in prison, man. I hear that's like the craziest, the scariest. What was that like?
Oh man, it's like once you realize you're not going home, that's when shit get real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you go through the whole booking and stuff like that, and then like the way that they got the doors set up, it's like these like looking at like 2-3 feet of steel. You know what I'm saying, on like on a conveyor belt that they control from a room. And when them doors, when they finally clink and they shut, like when that shit rattles the room, man, and you can feel that shit in your bones. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain stuff that I be around sometimes. Like if I hear a heavy metal door slam or whatever, like it sends that same chill through my bones. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't never. It's like a it's like a DNA signature. You know what I'm saying, of something that that's something that you'll just never forget. And uh it's like, damn, man, out of all the decisions that I made and everything I've done, I got myself into this shit. And it's like, it's scary. It really is, man. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you made of until, what I'm saying, you're faced with some real adversity, and it's one or two things about it. It's either gonna make you a better person or make you worse than what you went in there as, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. So you
yeah.
so you came out of that thing on the other side, positive, and well, I mean, what would you say was your come to Jesus moment or your epiphany that said like I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna do this rhyming thing, I'm gonna do everything I'm supposed to do as a man.
Shit, man, that was as soon as I got in the population, bro. That was it. You know what I mean? As soon as I got in the population, it's like, all right, well, I'm stuck here. Um, obviously I did, I delved into the religion real heavy, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't at the time I didn't know what else to turn to at that time. So stayed heavy on the religion, you know what I'm saying? And then other than that, it was just that in the music, you know what I mean? And the more I went through the system, the more I grew through that. um Certain things started to be revealed to me from a spiritual aspect. So it that altered some things as well, but nonetheless, I mean, that was it, bro. Just getting that spirit man right, and getting these rhymes right, you know what I mean? That was it. So that way, when I came home, hit the ground running, and just never fucking look back, you know what I mean?
What year did you get? What year did you come home?
2010, September 7th. I've been home 10 years this year, man.
Oh man, that's a blessing, man. 10 years home.
Sir.
Blessing.
Yes, sir.
Biggest readjustment when you got home. Life, music, all that.
Biggest readjustment. Um, I would have to say, just the routine of things. You know what I mean? Like when you're in there, man, it's so easy for you to develop a routine. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to worry about, being flexible. Your schedule ain't changing, but so much unless you getting involved in, you know what I'm saying, different activities and stuff like that. But just that flexibility was the hardest thing for me because, I'm used to getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go eat breakfast, 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm back at the dorm or in the cell, depending on where I was. Um, Going to school, come back, work out, write, whatever, and that was pretty much the whole thing. You know what I mean? So for me, trying to just get acclimated with the way things are on the outside as opposed to what was in. Yo, I'm gonna tell you some real shit.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Like, if there's one thing I wish I would have done differently after I came home, I would have stayed more to myself.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I did notice is that, I went in when I came out of that situation, my objective was when I was in that situation, my objective was to come out better than what I came in. You know what I mean? And then when I finally get out there and I'm seeing, not all my old friends and shit, but some people that I was relatively cool with.
Hmm.
And one of the things I noticed, man, is that a lot of them people, unbeknownst to themselves, went out of their way to chip at the newness in which I had become. Like they didn't. It was almost like they fucked with me because they knew it was me, but they didn't fuck with me because I wasn't. My hair wasn't all down. I was kind of more disciplined and I'm kind of edgy with it and quiet and all of that. And it ain't really my persona in a sense, but like yeah, the more I got around people, especially if they knew the situation, the more I got around people, the more they tried to chip away at who I had become. You know what I'm saying? Like they wanted the old guy back. And it's like, why the fuck would you want somebody, around you that obviously didn't even have their best interest at heart for themselves? You know what I'm saying? And that was a testament to, I gotta be mindful of the character, the company that I keep, and be mindful of the characters I surround myself with, because birds of a feather flock together. I don't want to be that type of individual. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
so it's like either you fuck with me or you don't. And I fuck with some of them, the rest of them I ain't heard from since. So it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now you come out, man. First off, why you in there, man? When when the clips was blowing up, where was you at? Like when the whole clips thing popped off, where was you at?
The clips, that was what, like 2000 ish.
2002. I think
Yeah,
it came out 2002.
yeah, I was shit, man. I was just getting out of high school, bro.
Okay, okay. Then you were at my age then. Okay.
Yeah, I was just getting out of high school, man. And I actually knew some cats that was working with these dudes, man, because they were living out in Green Run, which is where I grew up at. It's probably about 10 to 12 minutes from where I live back in the day. So it's not too far. But yeah, man, it was a couple cats that was producing for him or whatnot, telling me all about him or whatever. And then the year I remember it, and I never forget it. The year we graduated, um, matter of fact, it was that same summer, the same summer we graduated. Um, my man was like, "Yo, man, my man Eugene, man, he on the radio and yada yada." I'm like, "What is you talking about?" And I think that was the first time I heard. No, that was the first time I heard. Uh, what was that joint that they did? It was
The
it was
funeral.
Yes, the funeral. That's what it is. The funeral.
The funeral was the first joint that didn't really pop off like it was supposed to, but
Mm-hmm. Yep. But that joint started circulating, you know what I'm saying? You know, the clue tapes was still jumping and all of that. And yeah, once I heard that, and then like shortly after that came the grinding joint.
mm-hmm.
And then you know Nori was everywhere. And then once Nori was everywhere, I was like, yeah, them niggas is out of here, bro. And but at that time, I just had no idea the extent of exactly what they were doing and all they were involved in. Next thing you know what I'm saying, these are the top earning producers in the fucking world at this time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, you get your little
At that
chip
time,
on.
was you rhyming?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I was
Oh,
still. That was shit. That was getting it in my hardest at that around that time. You know what I'm saying? Like we fresh out of high school. Like nigga, that's all we was doing. Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Smoking and I'm talking about riding around, freestyling everywhere, going to battles, battling, and like we was getting it in for real, for real. You know what I mean?
got you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Stupid.
you come out 2010. Um, what's the vibe like? Like what are you thinking? Like was you already had in your mind like I'm gonna do this music shit full time and this is what's gonna happen and it got to crack.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, in order to get what we needed to get done, you know what I'm saying? My homeboy Kringle, he was producing for me. And you know, we were trying to start this, you know, like a clothing company or what have you, try to get things started. And we needed finances to get it done. So now mind you, I ain't been home a whole month.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't been home a good month. I think I've been home 2.5, maybe 3 weeks altogether. And that fourth week, I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? My funds from what I had left over from being incarcerated was starting to deplete and I needed something to do. So there was a shop, a body shop that was across the street from where I was living at. I could see it from the window. And
Okay.
that week, I went and applied for the job and went and applied for another job, but then they called me back for the interview and then I got hired October 12th, my mom's birthday. I got hired on the 12th of October and been there ever since. And as a felon, you know what I'm saying, with a violent record, like, you know what I'm saying, that's damn near unheard of to be home, you know, 5 weeks and find you a full-time job. I still work there.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Um, yeah, yeah. So, you know, I've literally funded my career in the past 10 years with one job, bro.
Man, that's amazing, man. Man,
Hmm.
you have one hell of a fan base in Virginia, and people love you, man. Like I every time you post some the music, everything from rocking shows, man, people love you, man. Talk about the following from your people, man. Have you always been like a popular guy? Like where did the crazy following come from?
Um, I mean, I'm just me, man. You know what I mean? Like you know, I'm humble. You know, I love to see others win. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm winning. Um, and you know, I just don't be on no flake shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I show love to everybody, man. I don't, you know, it just that's I rather it be that way. You know what I mean? Like I ain't got no problem with, you know, getting in no confrontations or what have you. But why I'm gonna want to break my neck to hate on another motherfucker when we out here trying to do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? I want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to see me win or not. But yeah, this is home. This is where everything started. A lot of that fan base actually kind of carried over because at one point in time I was in a group and you know I was doing my thing with that and what I did was is that I didn't I wasn't on no bougie shit like I made it my business to make those connections with people and build relationships with people. So regardless of whether or not I was in a group situation or not, when I went to go do my own thing, and I knew that was eventually going to happen, I just always stayed true to people and true to myself. And those who didn't even know anything about the whole group situation, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of, they pretty much just watch me evolve and watch me grow. And they're just a part of that whole process. So they still riding with a motherfucker hard, you know what I mean?
They
So
they definitely ride with you super hard, man.
mhm.
Um, most MCs, man, on a local level, the crowds can be very humbling, very very humbling. Especially when you
Yes.
in the game, it's very very humbling. But man, I've seen you rock some major shows and concerts, man. Uh, I don't know who you was opening up for, but name a couple big shows that you done rock, man. Because most people good to just get in a room and rock a few, but I seen a couple of shows online where you rocked like you know
Some thousands of people in that motherfucker,
thousands
right?
of people. Thousands of people. This is no cap. This is all fact. So
Yeah.
what's a couple of them shows I seen?
One show in particular you talking about is the we opened up for Rakim and Big Daddy Kane at the
Okay, that
Norfolk.
was the show. Yeah, that was the show.
Yes, yeah, that was the show that pretty much, that shit changed everything, bro. That shit changed everything. Cause after that, man, after that show, and it's still people. That was December of 2017. It's still people talking about that show like it happened yesterday. Um, but after that show, that's when everything started falling into place because we've been performing damn near every week since that show. Every week, from only shows that we haven't, that the only thing that really stopped our performance flow was when this COVID shit hit. We've been performing damn near every week since that show.
Wow. Talk about
Yeah.
because I'm guessing that you got to meet Kane and who else you said was Big Daddy Kane? Who else?
I met Rakim.
Okay,
Um, I didn't get to meet Kane, but I met Rakim.
okay.
Um, very 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 humble, very intelligent, very he's an elder and a pioneer of, you know what I'm saying, this MCing thing, you know what I'm saying? It's the God MC, so it's like, you know, chopping it up with him, and a lot of the insight that, he gave us was just like, it was beautiful, man. Uh Now a couple of cats I didn't get to meet, but I did rock out with I rocked out with Sky Zoo up in DC back in
Nah,
2000.
that's
Yeah.
super dope. I remember him from the 106 and Park days.
Oh my God. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, them days, man. Them were some good days, man. I was in shit. Like, it's funny, man. Like, when I was in there, man, we was like, yeah, man, you get out, man, you gonna go on a freestyle Friday, bash that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, we was in there like going crazy, like, man. I was like, and I'm watching these cats, and I'm like, yo, I eat this nigga alive, yo. Come on, man. Let me out of here. Let me get him. Let me get him. Let me get him. You know what I mean? Shoot. Cause it's like, see, and the dope part about it was is that like they had talent shows while we were in there. You know what I'm saying? And like during the rehearsals and the talent shows and stuff like that, you weren't allowed to curse. And at that time, being on the spiritual path, I wasn't doing a lot of cursing anyway. So it just, you know what I'm saying, just go up there and bar these niggas to death, man. I'm like, oh man, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. And then they shut it down, and it is what it is. So it won't meant to be. Fuck.
Got you, man.
Yeah, man.
So on your musical journey, you still on it, and you say you're still on a spiritual journey as well. How's important is blending both of those together, man? Like you saying at one time, you say you was not cursing in your music. Um, are you still on that kick or what?
Um, I don't curse as much.
Okay.
I'll get you'll get some profanity from me, but you won't get, you know, you won't get what you getting nowadays, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you know that already, but yeah, man. I mean, you know, cause like something what helped me to not curse. One of my biggest influences is the ancestor Malcolm X. And watching and reading his autobiography, I remember him. He and Brother Baines had a conversation, and Brother Baines told him that, you know what I'm saying, the reason why a man curses because he doesn't have the words to speak his mind. So, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know, okay, if I'm going to be in this MC and shit, and then on top of that, you can't really use a lot of profanity on the radio. So it's a win-win for you anyway, because they're going to get straight words, straight lyrics. And, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be clean enough to where, regardless of wherever they play it, regardless of the subject matter, is gonna get some spin so long as the right people hear it. So I still practice that and take that into consideration as it pertains to my art. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, there's certain times where you have to put emphasis on the point that you're trying to project to the people. So yeah, you might get a fuck here or a nigga there, or, you know what I'm saying, yada yada, but not to the point where, you know, we denigrating or disrespecting our women, or disrespecting each other or whatever. Now, if you want some lame shit and, you know what I'm saying, your car need to be pulled, that's different. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we keep it pretty copacetic across the board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you being such a positive rapper, positive person, man, always good vibes, man. From the first time I met you a few years ago, what's your thoughts on the current climate of the world and things going on in our country right now?
I mean, it's a lot of it I don't agree with. Um, but I'm real big into to the energies, frequencies, and vibrations, man. And I feel like, um, of course, we know that whoever controls the media controls the masses. And I feel like, the more we feed into this shit, the bigger the fire gets. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's becoming even though things are changing, it's still a large part of, excuse me, our everyday conversation. And understanding how the laws of attraction work and speaking things into existence, and the subconscious and all that. Like, you got to be mindful of what you're taking in and also what you're speaking out. So a lot of this stuff, man, like, I'm aware of it, but I'm not a junkie for it. I'm not force feeding myself this stuff just so I can hear, you know what I'm saying, the news report the same shit that I already know. We know that our president is a fucking idiot. We know that, you know what I'm saying? We know that, you know what I'm saying, there's a bigger agenda as it pertains to this pandemic that's going on. We know that the next time you subject to go on any type of social media site, or turn on your television in some way, shape, or form, it's gonna be another police killing another one of our brothers and sisters. You're gonna see the injustice. You know what I mean? So I feel like, for me, um, and it's just my personal opinion, like, I do my best to, like, I stay informed, but I don't stay on top of it, because I feel like if I continue to focus more on that, then it's gonna take away from what my initial agendas are, and bring about some energies and shit that I don't really need as it pertains to me getting to where it is that I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like that if any of this stuff is gonna change, then that I feel like that would be the best way to go about it, and to be doing things for ourselves that could be more effective for our community as a whole. Like, I don't knock motherfuckers going in here and destroying stuff or whatever, but I'm like, at the same time, it's like, if you're gonna destroy something important, like like a city hall building or a Supreme Court justice, or go blow up one of the goddamn go hit a police station or something like that. Something that if you're gonna hit something like that. Don't hit stuff because we don't really have any use for it. Obviously, these are the same motherfuckers that's killing us. So if you take out their headquarters, then they really got an issue. You know what I'm saying? Now when it come to you know, being effective, like, you know, we do the marching, we do the protesting, we do, you know what I'm saying, we speak our voices and things like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because, you know what I'm saying, our voices are to be heard and they're important. And, you know what I'm saying, all lives matter, especially Black lives. But nonetheless, like, I feel like that if, you know, we were to, because you got to think about this shit, bro. African Americans, Black Americans, you know what I'm saying, we literally are $17 trillion spent. What's up, bro? I don't got any cable. Can I'm on, because I'm on a, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. You good? Kind of call me, man. What the fuck? Anyway, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I feel like, you know, we should just be doing things that are more effective in as it pertains to, you know, our unification and how we rock with each other. Like, we're $17 trillion of spending power. $17 trillion. African Americans in America are $17 trillion spending power.
Mm-hmm.
Show me what we have to show for that.
Not much.
Show me something. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit I'm talking about. Motherfuckers are spending all this money and this time and stuff investing in dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? When we talk about how we don't own any infrastructures, we don't own, you know, no factories, we don't own this, we don't own that. Well, it's like, well, shit, if we $17 trillion of spending power, what the fuck is we spending our money on?
Exactly.
What are we doing?
Big.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and our financial literacy, and, you know what I'm saying, our health literacy and stuff like that. That shit is imperative for our survival as a people, because it's like, you know, knowing that we behind enemy lines, and, you know what I'm saying, we obviously not gonna get a square deal out this whole situation. So the best thing for us to do, and the only solution is for us to unify our resources, unify our minds and our ways of thinking, unify, you know, how we do everything, man. Like, fuck these people. Fuck them. They don't give a fuck about us. So why should we go out of our way to continue to feed into their shit when we ain't getting nothing out of this situation?
Absolutely.
It's either burn this bitch down and start afresh, or go and or relocate the hell up out of here.
One or two, man. Back to music, and that was beautifully said. What projects that do you have coming out? Do you have coming out soon?
Ooh. Yes. Good part. All right. So this Friday,
This Friday, you got some new shit coming out this Friday?
This Friday.
Oh,
this
man.
coming Friday. My man's and I, DJ B and I, we linked up to do a mixtape called Hip Hop Lives in Virginia. And basically it's a collect, like, since January of 2018, he's been doing this thing called Freestyle Friday, where he pick a beat, he give cats a week to rhyme to it. Can't be no cursing, be a minute long. So, and then you send it in, and if it's dope, you know, he'll play it on the radio. And long story short, I've been on the radio every Friday since that started. Every Friday until this COVID shit happened. Yep, every Friday. So he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you want to put a mixtape together, let's do it. We'll be finalizing we'll be finalizing that project Tuesday. It'll be up for everybody Friday. So you actually getting the exclusive because I was gonna make the announcement tomorrow. So everybody that's watching,
Conversations with the exclusive.
yeah, got the exclusive. And then the next project out that the album Constant Elevation with my man Big Torin, that'll be out what day is that? December 4th or 5th, whichever that first Friday in December is. So that'll be out. That's coming soon too. And then 2021 will be the follow-up for Hip Hop Blizzard Volume 2. I got another project with my man Smiles coming out in the late spring. And that's about all I can give right now. That's all I can. But yeah, we got some solid material getting ready to hit the market, man. So y'all be on the lookout. Y'all get the first taste of Friday, and then you know what I'm saying, y'all will see the rollout from the videos we got dropping and all of that stuff. So some real dope shit coming, man. Straight up. Stay tuned, y'all. I ain't lying to you.
Please stay tuned. All right, man. First off, I want to thank you for taking the time, and I've been trying to get you, because I just follow the movement from afar, and I was like, man, already like you're just a dope MC, and a lot of these MCs be trying to get a following, but you have a real life following, and people definitely follow you, and so I definitely like, man, I got to get you on here. And you be talking that real, man. So yeah, man. Before I let you go, man, what's the concept behind the beard, man? You have to let me know. Why you let it go?
I knew that shit was coming, son.
Oh, man. People want to know, like, why be rocking the beard so long?
Man, I mean, truth be told, man, like, I used to be, like when you met me, you know what I'm saying? I was clean cut. I had the beard edged up and all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? And then, I got the grooming and I'm picking and all that. And then, I don't know, I think it's more of it's a transition that I knew was coming. I just didn't know when it was going to come, with like the locks and all of that. But like the beard just happened. Like, I used to comb it all, put all types of beard oil, shit, me looking like I should be on the S curl box and shit. And, you know what I'm saying? the just for men box and shit. And what I washed it one day, and it drew up so quick that I was like, man, I'm not finna pick through this shit. I'm not finna, do this today or whatever. And then after that, it got to a point where I was like, I was dealing with some they weren't necessarily racial issues. I just started to notice and realize that a lot more people, it was a lot of people that had issues with accepting people for who they are and what they naturally are. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga can walk around here with hoops and shit all in his ear and got all these tattoos all in their face and got fangs and shit like that. But I can't walk around here with my hair twisted and my beard a little knotty. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more of a threat than he is. You know what I'm saying? This nigga got, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the more I transition into this, the more of people's true colors I started seeing. You know what I'm saying? And then they would have their remarks to say about, you know what I'm saying, my appearance or whatever, as if, that took away from who I was as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And I made it my business to be as comfortable as in my own skin as I could possibly be, to influence other people to be just as comfortable in their own skin and to love their, you know what I'm saying, to understand and let their black beauty flourish and not be afraid to say that their black is beautiful, regardless of whether they got, you know what I'm saying, they got locks in their beard, or if they got a low cut or waves, whatever you got, you know what I mean? If it's natural and it was yours and you were born with it, flaunt that shit, yo. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell you how the fuck you supposed to look, or this is more acceptable than the next, when, you know what I'm saying, these cats ain't even can barely accept themselves for who they are. They have lose sleep at night because, you know what I'm saying, they uncomfortable with who they are as people. But, you know what I'm saying, we already deal with enough uncomfortability in this motherfucker anyway. So the last thing you need to be is uncomfortable in your own skin. And the beard, the locks, and all that I stand for, you know, I hope to be the epitome and a voice for that.
Got you.
Word. Is that a good answer? Was it a good answer? Good answer.
I ain't even gonna ask you how the ladies treat you with the beard.
Oh, they love it. Hey, they love it for real, for real. They love that shit. They love it. They love it. They love it. They like, yo, I never seen nothing like that before. And the first thing they want to do is put their hand on a nigga face and say, all right, come on here.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Last question of the night. Top 5 VA artists.
Top 5 VA artists. Fuck. Koncept. No, no, on some real shit. First off, to go back to what we were saying before, shout out to the love of my life. I love and miss you. Can't wait to hug and kiss you. I don't want to die. But yeah. Okay, let me clear that up. This disclaimer.
Okay.
But top 5 VA artists, I would say number 1 for me would be Marv P.
Marv P. I don't know who that is. Let me get my Google.
Yo, you don't know who Marv P is, bro?
Nah, who the hell is Marv P?
Marv P, man, look him up. That's my youngin', man. Shout out to Marv P, Calvin Mirage.
Like he out?
Huh?
Like he's like a mainstream artist?
I mean, he's damn near, yeah. He's pretty fucking close, man. He if you go on my Instagram page, there's a clip of him at something in the water freestyling for it's funny because the track that we did together. Matter of fact, you know that that Busta Rhymes freestyle shit that I did.
Mm-hmm.
To put your hands where my eyes can see shit.
Yeah.
Marv P is the first person on that song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He set that whole shit up. Him, my man, my youngin' TP, and they whole camp. You know what I'm saying? That was them. But he was spitting for when it was Timbaland, Pharrell, Pusha T, and 2 other cats on a panel out into something in the water, and he annihilated that shit, man. It was all in the Virginia Pilot and all of that. And then he's he been up there with Funk Flex. Funk Flex caught wind of his song, pushed him out there, something heavy. But yo, Marv P is a grinder, man. He's a heavy hitter out here. And
I'm going to check him out.
Yeah,
and
check him out.
How you say that? Marv, M-O?
No, it's M. It's like Marvin without the N on the end. M-A-R-V.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, M-A-R-V dot P.
Okay, gotcha.
Fucking beast, Joe. Shout out to my youngin', man.
Hey, number two.
Number two. I would have to say number two. On the battle scene, I'm gonna say this is a tie for me. On the battle scene, you got Av and Big K.
You giving me all artists. I have no clue. I think he was about to say like Pusha T.
See, that's the thing about it. You know them. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Pusha T. I don't see Pharrell all day. I don't see these niggas, man. I see who I see out here making moves on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? And really coming up. Like them cats, they didn't already solidified their shit. So they off doing what they doing. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not saying that they ain't out here giving people opportunities. I just don't see it in my community of people.
Okay, got you. Number three.
Number three, I'm gonna say my homegirl, Shaolin.
Okay.
Young girl, man.
Like she is it. If you want to check some shit from her, she was just recently in a she was Spotify for artists. They have a new youth campaign. And she was just in that a part of that whole group. So there's an ad that Spotify sponsored, and she's all in a part of that, you know what I'm saying, young next generation coming up and all of that. 16, I think she's like 17, 18, but she sound like she's fucking, she rap like she's 25, 30. She sing like she's like 25, 30 years old. Beautiful voice, great artist. Yeah, shout out to Shaolin. Um,
Cool.
Yeah, number where we at, four. Number four would be whew, that's a bit of a toss up. Number four, I would have to say Masego.
Okay.
Masego. Now Masego, he
You gonna
he
have to,
wrote,
you got to tag and tell me about all these dope artists, man, because I don't know them, but I would love to get them. I would love to definitely listen and like some of these.
yeah, I got you, man. And it's hard it's hard just to choose five, but it's so because there's so many of us out here, you know what I mean? That's really doing some big
Definitely
stuff.
something in the water, like in Virginia, like that, like the concert a couple of years ago. Like it's definitely something in the water in Virginia, man. When you think about from Missy to Timberlake, Pharrell, Pusha T,
Hmm.
uh, uh, Mad Skills. I mean, eh,
Yeah,
it's so much dope talent in Virginia, man. So
yeah.
much.
And we
Especially
like we're like,
Virginia
go
Beach.
ahead. Yeah, like we're game changers, bro. Like think about like my man's in, we were talking about this shit probably a few months ago. I'm like, bro, when you think about, let's take Jay-Z for instance,
Hmm.
right? Just Jay-Z alone. For real, every I can guarantee you, if your top 5 or your top 10 favorite Jay-Z songs were produced from somebody in from Virginia.
Woo! But this is true.
Think about that. You can put a top 10. You can choose your top 5 or top 10 Jay-Z songs for you. I don't give a fuck who you are. Your top 10. I guarantee you, either half or that entire list was produced from somebody from Virginia.
Hmm. This is true.
You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't Timberland, it was Pharrell. If it wasn't Pharrell, you know what I'm saying? You had Sean J. Period out here. You got Bink,
Yeah.
Bink the Humble Monster out here. Uh, shit, I mean, I don't think he and Knots have worked together, but you got Knots out here. You got Sean J. Period. You got, man, it's cuz like we the game changers, man. You know, so um yeah, shit, you got T-Rific, you know what I'm saying? He done, man, this motherfucker all on TV. He done industry placements and some more shit. Shout out to G-Man Entertainment in the camp. Um, you got Sensei doing great numbers, man. And they whole squad. You got my squad, my squad, NSA, or it was something, but it's Naked Sponsor Artists. When you ever see us doing the Naked WJC or anything like that, that's the company Who's Johnny Creative. It's a crew called the NSA, man, and it's pretty much like elite of elite artists in the area coming together and making things happen. So yeah, dog, I'm gonna leave them at 4 and 5 because you know what I'm saying, it's too many to even mention. Oh shit, we got shit, man on my squad, Billy Mercury. Did you watch the Did you watch that reality series BET did, Looking for the Next Star, and the nigga from Inglewood won it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the dude Billy Mercury, the dude's from Norfolk. That's he in my squad.
What?
Dead ass. I can call that nigga right now. Right now. That's my dog. He 1/5 of the crew I run in elevated expansion. Me, Big Torn, Third Eye Rod, Shanti, and Billy. Yeah, that's us, man. So yeah. We out here, bro. We out here.
Say less, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Best Conversations podcast, man. I want to thank Koncept for coming through, definitely blessing us with his presence, for giving us a lot of great knowledge, man. Tell the people where they can find you and where they can find your music and all that good stuff.
Word up, man. Facebook, you just look me up, THAKONCEPT, or it's the Concept for the business page. Instagram, Twitter, ITSTHAKONCEPT.
And can people find your music on, the regular music streaming sites and all that good stuff?
Yeah, you took the net. Yeah, that word, next word is coming out, man. I got right now we got our first single from the Constant Elevation Project. I Got Sold. That's on all streaming sites. Got a joint with my man Jay Liner called Take a Chance. That's on all streaming sites. Then I got another joint with my man from Morocco, Nurad Music. Joint called Realize, kind of highlighting the whole pandemic and shit. That's on streaming sites. I got an album called The Dream Big album is on Bandcamp. That's Music Theory Records.
I got the Dream Big album in my car right now. That's the
They
first
were.
when I met you. When I met you at Big V show, got to show a lot of love to Big V. What up, Big V?
Word.
I met you at the Big V show. That's the album I got. I should have brought it in. It's in the car right now. The Dream Big project.
You know what? That matter of fact, that's because I had just got them joints printed up, and the first 100 copies that I got printed up, I took down there because I went to come rock with y'all. Yeah. Word. Word.
I got that. I got that project, man. But man, I thank you, man. Nothing but peace, blessings, and everything, man. Hope you and your family staying safe in this pandemic, man. Hopefully I knew you was coming from Virginia. I was like, you know what? We can do this shit Zoom, my G.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta drive all the way.
I damn sure I was ready, man. I was ready, but I was like, you know what? Because now that I know where you are, that trip wouldn't have been shit. I just hadn't had no rest, so I'm like, I'm gonna make it my business within this next month, man. Come down there, come check you, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Well, man, we'll appreciate it, man. Tell the people again, man, where they can find you and all that, man. Shout out to social media.
Well, you can find me in the 757. I might be on the toilet. I might be at work. And I might be I don't know. I might be at your uncle's house playing pinochle, but I'm around. Y'all can find me. Y'all, but yeah, man. If you just Google "It's the Concept," you'll find me. If you were down here in the 757, ask around. Somebody will be able to get a hold of me or find me or find out what we got going on. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and plug this too, since man, you getting all the fucking exclusives, man. You
over here,
baby. So all right, so check it out on August 24th. We're gonna be at West Beach Tavern opening up for Mickey Fax.
Mickey Fax. I remember Mickey Fax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So October 24th, if y'all in the 757, man, we're gonna be at West Beach Tavern. That's 5000 Cleveland Street. Doors open at 8. Show starts at 9 p.m. sharp. And I believe it's like $10 at the door, something like that. But this is the first real live show that we got to do since the pandemic, man. And we got a whole new set for cats, whole new songs. It's gonna be off the project and all that. So if y'all want some exclusive shit, man, come on out and come show some love, man. Come kick some of this hip hop essence. You know what I mean?
Make sure y'all come out, man. All right, man. Concept, we'll appreciate you. We appreciate you, my G. We thank you, man. Any shout outs before you get up out of here?
First I want to shout out to y'all, man. The Best Conversations podcast, man. Y'all been like for real, like you say, you know what I'm saying, you've been watching from afar. I've been watching from afar too, bro. You've been putting in some hella work, bro. So you know what I'm saying, salute your squad and everybody down there. Shout out to Millie, shout out to Big V, shout out to AWAX and all them down there, AVO. Did I say that right?
Hey, Avo, you right?
Yeah, I got him. Shout out to him and you know what I'm saying, everything y'all got going on down there. Who else? Shout out to the whole 7 cities hip hop lives in Virginia. Shout out to Fresh Radio, you know what I'm saying, Fresh Fam. Shout out to the NSA, G-Man, Local Bananas, Fortresses, Soul Trust Records, Constant Elevation Crew, the Snowden Clan. I know I'm forgetting some people, but y'all know who y'all is, man. I love y'all, greatly appreciate y'all, and thank you for the love and support, and let's continue to grow, man, unify and make this shit happen, man. Take the world over like we supposed to.
Absolutely, man. All right, man. Best Conversations podcast, man. This is a wrap, episode 52. I got to thank my engineer, Tony.
Bloop, bloop.
Go ahead. I got to thank my engineer, Tony, for helping things out in the back, Flip the podcast, and everybody, man, that's been rocking with us from the beginning, man. So we end this thing the same way we end this thing every time. And Lord knows we need God. So everybody, man, please keep God first. And I promise everything will work itself out. Episode 52, Best Conversations Podcast. Make sure you stream this thing, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you find this podcast, man. Peace and blessings, man. Koncept, have a blessed night, my brother.
All right, my brother, you do the same, man. I'll see you soon, bro.
Yes, sir, man. All right, peace and love, my nigga.
My nigga, peace and love.
All right, peace.